后面什么船呢 ？Princess Legacy。
小的。
太小象。
A lot of things painted up on this wall. When our town started in the 1890s, this was used as a ship registry. This is a tradition we keep until today. Now, the newest ship to come to port here was the 2011 Disney Wonder. That'll be on the right-hand side of the coach. You'll see some Mickey ears. And as we exit the dock, if you want to look to the left, you'll see those same Mickey ears up on the ship. Town legend goes, the higher up you put your name, the more respect you had for your captain and the better your voyage would do. The lower, the less respect you had for him. They said if you put it low enough, the sea would wash away not only the painting, but your captain. And again, I know we have a pretty full ship right here, but so does everyone else. You guys lucked out because you got to hang out with me. We have a bump coming up right there. Another one on the tail end. My name's Tyler again. This is my third year up here. I've been up here since 2015, hanging out, doing these tours. My original home is Salt Lake City, Utah, but I come up here for about 7 months every year. You will probably meet people from Utah no matter where you go on these tours, because my company hires out of BYU and BYU, Idaho. I was not part of either of those schools. I enjoy this thing called alcohol. But we hired heavily out of those schools because a lot of the LDS people or the Mormon people from those schools do not drink. On the right-hand side of the coach is the railway. 3 feet across. It is a narrow gauge railroad. True, it's a very narrow gauge, 3 feet across. Now, the pass up there is so windy and so narrow they had to do it this way so the train could make it all the way up the White Pass. As we traverse town, you're going to see the most dangerous animals of all, the other passengers. They will do all sorts of silly things like stop in front of coaches, or in front of vans or moving vehicles, in front of trains. They will stop so they can take pictures of you. If you look to the right-hand side of the coach, you're going to see a lot of salmon over there. You're going to notice they're getting a little bit weird, a little bit gross. This is the end of their lifespan. This is the end of the salmon run. They will spawn, basically, until they die in those waters. So, welcome to our moving metropolis, Skagway, Alaska. The population, according to the 2010 census, is 950 people during the winter. If you talk to a local, though, they'll say it's probably closer to 8 or 850, and I have reports as low as 650 on some years. But again, according to the census, about 950 people during the winter, between 24 and 2,700 people during the summer with seasonal workers like myself. And on a 4-ship day, when we have 4 ships in town, we can have up to 10,000 people just off the boats. We are a sleepy little drinking town with a tourist problem, is what they say. On the left-hand side of the coach, we have the Klondike Gold Rush National Historic Park. Again, Klondike Gold Rush National Historic Park. Kind of a mouthful. Speaking of mouthfuls, we have the Red Onion Saloon in front of us, originally a saloon and brothel. Same price as it was in 1898, $10 for about 20 minutes. However, this is just a tour, no services added. Don't get too excited. On the left-hand side of the coach, we have the AB, or Arctic Brotherhood building. Over 8,000 pieces of driftwood on that building. That is the most photographed building in Southeast Alaska. And over on the right-hand side of the coach, as we pass any cross streets, you will see a big clock painted up on the wall. That's Kermsey's clock. During the gold rush times, that wall was clear-cut and full of different advertisements, different paintings. Now, the only one that's allowed to repaint is Kermsey's, the oldest business in town. You'll see a Moe's Frontier Bar up there that closed about 11 years ago. And we have just our little crow friend hanging out here. Hanging out. On the right-hand side of the coach, we have the Skagway Hardware Store. Their motto is, if we don't have it, you don't need it, and you're probably not going to get it. All our food and supplies come up once a week on a barge, and once a week on a barge, Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on the week, bi-weekly. When those come up, you want to get to the store on the day it opens. By Friday or Saturday, usually the eggs, milk, and cheese are sold out. But with the influx of seasonal workers, they don't actually purchase a lot more food, so it's kind of like the draw. And a lot of us do end up eating out because the restaurants will buy out the food. On the left-hand side of the coach, we have the Wells Fargo building, originally a Bank of Alaska, home to the most successful robbery in all Southeast Alaska. A man held up a gun, and in his other hand he held a stick of dynamite. He shot off a warning shot. It actually ignited the stick of dynamite and took his life. Now, underneath his corpse was gold dust inside the floorboards. This paid for not only the price of the repairs, but they also made money off it. Most successful robbery in Southeast Alaska. Everyone wave. This is my friend CJ. She's so happy. Driving a bus. That's our town, everybody. That's the main drag out of town. Only about 8.5, 9 blocks. If you blink, you may have missed it. We're going to head over to the burbs now as we make our way to the cemetery. To the left is the Skagway Public Library. All 12 books were returned and will be open. And if you look at all these nice people, you see what they're doing? Playing on their cell phone. The reason for that is the library is the only place in town to get free Wi-Fi. They have an open pass where you can use as much as you like. The only issue is they will not allow you inside the building without a public library card, specifically a Skagway Public Library card. They'll let you stand outside in the rain and snow and wind as much as you would like them. Notice when I said that sentence, I did not add sunshine into it. This is Southeast Alaska. On the left-hand side of the coach, we have the Recreation Center. This was donated to us by a couple cruise lines. And next to that is the skate park. Now, that skate park, it's a little bit much for this town, I think. Mostly because we do not have a hospital. See the sign right here, this big H? That stands for help. That building right there is a clinic, not a hospital. 2 nurse practitioners. If you do get injured in Skagway, they'll actually fly you over to Juneau on a life flight. The average cost of this life flight is about $7 grand. So if you get injured badly, again, that's a $7 grand bill just starting off before the medical expenses. On the right-hand side of the coach, you see our firefighting department and police department. This was finished about 6 months ago. This is a major, major upgrade for them. Their old place was very small, and all 5 police officers were excited about this new building. Now, their next upgrade is actually to move the whole police force to somewhere warmer. Miami or Honolulu, I think is what they were debating in the next 10 to 15 years.
这个，这个。我想给我们看这个鱼，pink salmon，刚刚好几个背上翘起来的。
嗯哼。
看到没有 ？Just prior to the sporting male pink salmon developed a large hump on their backs and are often referred to as pumpkins。哦，那是公的。
嗯哼。